capital Islamabad, Shazaib Wahlah is our correspondent. Shazaib, night has fallen. It must be heating up. The Reuters news agency reports that the Pakistan Telecommunications Authority says mobile broadband has been suspended across the country on orders from the Interior Minister.
Well, we are hearing similar reports here as well. Internet remains closed in major parts of the country. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube are already suspended. And as many supporters of the former Prime Minister Imran Khan's party have taken the streets across the country, and there are scenes of chaos in the major cities of Pakistan. I just came back from Rawalpindi, that is south of Islamabad, and that is where the headquarters of the Pakistani military are located. And groups of protesters who were gathered there actually managed to enter the premises of the military headquarters. We even saw some clashes in front of a government building that was run by the military. Protesters were throwing stones and bricks, and eventually we saw the paramilitary personnel from inside the building firing live ammunitions. Several protesters told us that they won't leave until Imran Khan is released, and these protesters are blaming the Pakistan's all-powerful military of being behind Imran Khan's arrest, as Imran Khan has been criticizing the role of military for the past few months. These scenes of chaos are unprecedented, and there is a feeling of fear in a number of residents across the country whom we spoke with. Many parents told us that they will not send their children to school tomorrow, and it is likely that many institutions and private businesses will remain closed tomorrow for security reasons.
And just to be clear, this isn't just Rawalpindi or Lahore where this violence is taking place.
No, it is actually across the country. From Karachi, which is the southern end of the country, we have seen reports from there as well. Then in the eastern part of the country, in Lahore, there has been reports of violence. There has been reports of even protesters even entering the house of the Corps Commander Lahore, that is the head of the military in Lahore. We have even had reports from south of the from central Punjab, where people have been injured, where there has been major clashes between security forces and the protesters, and we have heard similar news from the northwest of the country in Peshawar.
There had seemed to be, because this has been a long-running saga, there had seemed to be a cooling of tensions. They tried to arrest him. They were unsuccessful. Then the authorities seemed to back off, and in exchange, Imran Khan going to court hearings. How much surprise is there about today's news?
Well, it was not a surprise for many who are here in Pakistan. It may be a surprise for people who are looking at it from outside, because we were seeing this happening. Since he has been ousted from the office, he has been nominated in dozens of cases. He has even avoided going to courts in a number of times because he thought he will be arrested there. And his party also seemed that they had planned for his arrest. Just hours after he was arrested today, his party released a pre-recorded statement of his where he's calling for the people to come out on streets in case he's put behind bars.
Many thanks, Shazaib Wahlah, for that live update from Islamabad. For more, let's go to London. Ayesha Siddiqa is Senior Fellow at the Department of War Studies at King's College London, the author of Military Incorporated. Thank you for speaking with us here on France 24.
Hi, thank you for inviting me.
The arrest of Imran Khan, why now?
Well, when? Why not now? The question is, because I think they were getting ready. The military was restless. Let's be very clear that this is not an action by a political government, though the political government may be face of this action. It is definitely the military which has pushed back. Just yesterday, Imran Khan had given a statement in which he had named Director General Analysis of the Inter-Services Intelligence, the Prime Military Intelligence Agency, saying that this Major General Faisal Nasir had been instrumental in organizing 2 assassination attempts against Imran Khan. So coming out openly and that openly is like taking a battle to the military. And so the military struck back. I mean, they realized that if they don't shut him up now, there will be no other opportune moment. And so, firstly, it's that. The other thing is that I think that more than the statement, there was this realization that the battle between, the pushback from Imran Khan was going to continue, and so they had to strike. So this was a plan which, according to my information, was in the making for in the last, it was made in the last 1 week. And therefore,
Made in the last
the
1 week by who?
I think the military is instrumental, and definitely the prime minister was in knowledge. Pakistan's prime minister right now sits in London. The army chief apparently is also not in Pakistan, and Director General National Accountability Bureau, who is a recently appointed retired general, is also out of the country. So they wanted to be a clean and smooth operation. And they were planning on it, to arrest him.
And Imran Khan's supporters calling this an abduction, calling the charges trumped up. Is that the case?
See, we were not even at the stage of a hearing. So the National Accountability Bureau, I mean, legally, the situation is that National Accountability Bureau had summoned him and his wife on several occasions to come and present his point of view, and many other leaders, prime ministers, former prime ministers have been called by the National Accountability Bureau, and they've gone to the prime anti-corruption agency, for questioning. So this was not something new that Imran Khan, a former prime minister, was being asked to present himself. He didn't. And therefore, they ordered the police to present him. And they said they've arrested him under a particular NAB, National Accountability Ordinance article, that anyone who tries to kind of skip or, hide information or is not going to cooperate can be summoned and can be summoned forcibly. So that's how they wanted to bring him in. And this is a case relating to 190 million pounds that were transferred from UK to government of Pakistan in a case relating to a real estate tycoon, Malik Riaz. It was a laundered money. It was given to the government of Pakistan when Imran Khan was prime minister. Now, instead of kind of retaining it by the government, they transferred it to Malik Riaz to kind of pay the Supreme Court in another case, relating to land acquisition by him in Sindh. And in return, he gave 55 acres of land, which was later transferred to Imran Khan and his wife. So NAB is trying to make a corruption case against him, and he was not kind of attending. And that's the reason, the legal reason for military, so the Rangers, the paramilitary coming to arrest him. But I think all of that is just an excuse. They seriously wanted to sort him out, to arrest him.
He becomes the 7th prime minister in Pakistan's history to be sent to jail. Is this just a familiar pattern, or is this unprecedented territory?
Slightly unprecedented, because the way people have come out, his supporters are coming out and they're challenging. I'm assuming that what is more of a pattern is that they will allow in the 7-8 days, 10 days, 15 days, they will try to exhaust his supporters. Because I was hearing your correspondent in Islamabad, in Pakistan, reporting, but I think what he probably didn't point out is that no PTI leadership has called for people to protest. In fact, they're being very silent. And in fact, it's the other party leader, Parvez Elahi, who has called for non-violent protests. What we are seeing now are violent protests. So people, if there's no leadership, they might get exhausted. I mean, I don't see a Tahrir Square kind of a protest happening. There may be random protests which will happen, which will may happen, which will stretch out for a few days. Now, if it gets too violent, that may give the military the chance to step in itself and take control. I mean, I don't think that the state is not willing to crack down on people if it gets out of control.
All right. Anything possible, what you're saying there. Ayesha Siddiqa, many thanks for speaking with us from London.